It's officially day 3 of this. I haven't really come up with an official name for it yet, but day 3 of this final lean down, final shred, first time ever being lean in all of my life. I've always been a chubby kid, always been the fat kid, you know how it goes. And I've never been even like just a normal weight, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. And so far, first day 1 to day 2, down 0.6 pounds. Not too bad, not too shabby. Probably all water weight. That's okay. We have yet to weigh in today, but I just want to let you know where we're at in case you're new to this whole arc of the adventure. From the beginning of the year, however, we're down 30 pounds and counting, so that's pretty cool. On the way to the gym, I'm gonna bike. I probably won't record the biking itself. I'll tell you how much I burned after, and that'll be our start to our day. And then we gotta work for a little bit, go get the work done, and then after that, I'm thinking we do some calisthenics. It's been a minute. I mixed it in. It feels pretty good. That's helped me put on some strength for sure, which is freaking cool. But chest definitely sore. Hit that 2 days ago. Back isn't sore necessarily, but it's a little tight. So we'll probably take it a little easier on chest and back work inside of the calisthenics workout. But regardless, we're gonna hit a calisthenics workout. And my goal is to make this like fairly beginner friendly. So if you are on your weight loss journey and you want to be able to work out at home, hopefully you have an option. And what I wanted to talk about is like kind of the mindset things that I've learned after starting this year and like going through all this through trial and error and everything. And, you know, I've always been interested in fitness and bodybuilding, health, all of that. Always had an interest, but I've never taken the action on it. And now that I've taken the action, I mean, like I said, down 30 pounds, pretty cool. But the mindset, you know, like you always hear it, so I'm not gonna like re-preach it to you, but like there's not always motivation there. And I think like if you truly hate doing the work, if you truly hate going to the gym, if you truly hate whatever it might be, your cardio, if you hate walking, whatever, I think what you got to do is try and put it as early in your day as humanly possible, even if that means getting up earlier and knocking it out, because you want to knock out the things that you don't like and then live the rest of your day the way that you want to. So like if you truly hate the grind and you don't want to do it, like just get up, get it done, get on with your life, you know what I mean? I think that'll help to at least alleviate the like avoidance that you're going to be giving it, because like you don't want to do it, you know what I mean? Like, of course you don't. And I will admit, like at the beginning, definitely tough. And the later in the day that it gets, the more avoidant that I get, because like I want to just relax. Like the day's winding down, it's getting into nighttime, and of course you just want to eat some dinner, watch a TV show or something, and just hang out, you know, veg out, relax. And that's perfectly understandable. So my point here is if you can, get it out of the way early. I mean, get after it, you know what I mean? Or if you're already somewhere in the vicinity, do it while you're there. Like if you have a gym that's right next to your work, right next to your school, whatever it might be, don't give yourself the chance to go home and get into that relaxation mode when you could go directly from classes to the gym, directly from work to the gym. Or, like I said, like if you want to get up a little earlier, let's say you don't work until 9. If you want to get up at 7, go to the gym that's like on the way to work and then go to work, perfect. Same idea. But when it gets truly tough and you're like out of motivation, because it happens like frequently, you know, like a lot of the times you don't feel like just getting after it. One thing that's gonna help is like along the way, seeing the results and everything, it's gonna encourage you to go more, because you're seeing what's possible. Like I now know that, I mean, not even just this year, we're talking about from my worst to now, we're talking about closing in on 100 pounds here. Like I used to be near damn 300 pounds. And so like when you can watch yourself progress like that, and you know that it's in yourself that you can create that change, and like you see the genuine changes happening, and you have pictures or whatever it might be, like that's proof in your own ability, and that proof creates the confidence, and that confidence leads to like the more motivation. But when the motivation is gone, like you need to have discipline and perseverance, of course, but like what does that mean? And for me, that means one of two things. Either I recently talked about non-negotiables. I think you need to have non-negotiables. Or if you can have something that's bigger than yourself, or maybe it is something deeper than like just, I'm doing it for me. Your why is what I'll call it. So you either need a non-negotiable or a why. And non-negotiables, this is the easier one, I think, is just little tasks that you can hit every single day that you know lead to bigger and better things. So weight loss, non-negotiables, maybe it's hitting that protein every day. Maybe it's not having a cake, a slice of cake after dinner. Maybe it's getting in 10,000 steps every day, though. That's like the daily check mark that you know is going to literally make substantial, real progress towards what you want. And then the other one, the why, this is a lot harder because you really got to sit down and you got to think, and it's got to be something that's like worthwhile. And it's got to mean something to you also. And I think that's a bigger task, that's a bigger ask than just, here's a daily task, I'm going to always check it off. The why is just like in the name, why. When somebody asks, why are you doing this? When they turn to you and they say, you know, hey, why are you going to the gym before work? Why are you going to the gym so late? It's like 11 o'clock. Don't you just want to go to bed? You need to have that answer you give. That has to be bigger than yourself, and it has to be, you know, bigger than, I just want to look good. Like, everybody wants to look good, man. I want to look good, of course I want to look good. But it's got to be more than that. Like, if you have kids, for instance, or you want to have kids, or you're close to having a kid, I think that could be a good motivator. And I think that could be something bigger than yourself. You know, you want to be able to run around with your kids. You want to be able to enjoy it. I don't have any kids, so I can't quite use that one. But one that I have been kind of thinking of, and I think it's starting to weigh on me more and more the older I get, is like, I want to at least be able to show my kids and my grandkids that, like, lead by example. You know, I want to be able to show them that if they put pedal to the metal, they put their mind to something, they can achieve it. So how cool would it be to, like, show my grandkids a picture of me when I'm, like, jacked, you know, jacked, ripped, looking good, looking healthy. And, like, who knows what the future holds for me once I get there, you know? Like, am I going to start running more? Am I going to start doing, like, focusing more on, like, powerlifting? I don't know. Who knows where it's going to lead to? But my point is that, like, at least I can show them that they can do it. Because if I can do it, they can do it, you know? So I think that's a good one to start at. Or maybe your mom or your dad or your grandma or somebody, they need a lot of help, and you want to be strong enough and healthy enough that you can run around and do everything that you need to help them. Things like that, you know? Maybe I'm picking too big of extremes for some people, but, like, it really does need to be something bigger than that. And, like, it doesn't have to be something super, what's the word? Like, selfless. It could be selfish. Hell yeah, it can. If you think that you want to look sexy for the ladies or the gents, whoever, and that's part of, like, the goal, I mean, as long as it means enough to you, I don't see why you can't use that as a motivator, as a why. If you want to be able to say, I want to look good so I can give me a lady, or for the ladies, I want to look good so the boys all come flocking over. Hey, why the hell not? You know? So, let's get into it. I'll see you guys around.
Biking session is underway. I'm not looking to do anything too crazy here, honestly. I'm a little strapped for time before work, so I'm just trying to burn 200 calories at the very least if I can. I think it's worth it to, you know, get in 100 calories. And here's a screenshot halfway through to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at, right on the way to 200 right there. 30 minutes complete.
All right, we're out here. It's lunchtime. I grabbed another coffee, of course, because I am a fiend, an addict, if you will. And I'm just out here getting some steps in. So I'm just going to probably get in like a 15 or 20 minute walk to add on to the little bit of the bike ride earlier. You saw 200 calories in like just over 30 minutes. So not anything crazy, you know. I could have taken it longer and added in more, but with the time that I have, you know, sneaking it in there, getting all those calories out of the way to begin my day, pretty freaking solid. 1 second. On the day so far, we're at 456 calories, 3,868 steps. All right, with this walk, if we walk about like 20 minutes or so, we're gonna be adding, you know, another 2,000 steps. So that'll put us closing in at 6,000 steps on the day. And again, I have no step goal specific or anything like that, but I know a lot of people talk about their steps and getting in their steps and everything. So I like to bring it up just to show you guys that, like, I am getting out here and walking and everything, but like the calories I burn does not come from, like, entirely from these walks, from the little laps I do, whatever it might be. It comes from that biking session. It comes from the actual workouts that I do, whether it be in the gym or, in today's case, the calisthenics. So they're pieces of the puzzle. If you have enough time to walk, you know, literally hours and hours of your day, you could absolutely push yourself and get in like 12 to 14,000 steps, and that should help you burn a pretty significant amount of calories. Just make sure you're keeping up a pretty solid pace, getting after it, and that'll help you at least raise your heart rate partially. If you can do it incline on a treadmill, even better, or if you can go out and hike on a trail or something and you get natural incline, that still works. But staying in zone 2 is the best thing you can do when you're trying to lose weight. If you want to push it farther than that, you can. It's just you start to pull from carbs the higher and higher you go, in comparison to that zone 2 where you have kind of the most fat being used with like sustainability. So I don't know, do with that information what you will. But yeah, I'm just getting in some steps real quick, taking some time, getting some sun, and then yeah, gonna head home here in a little bit, finish up work for the day, and then calisthenics workout. Let's get after it. Should be a pretty easy day. Oh, we also need to eat. Haven't eaten yet. Honestly, not too hungry. I fast every now and again, usually once a week. I try and pick a day where I eat just one big meal, kind of my dinner. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep that going because I'm feeling very solid. I'm feeling perfectly fine. Or if I should do my typical 2-meal type of day. Stay tuned, we'll decide.
We're back in the casa. Work is complete, walks complete, no real meal yet. But after this, I imagine I'm going to be pretty starving. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hit this, go hard, and be absolutely starving and hungry, ready to chow down, get that protein in, all that good stuff. Here, I'm going to be doing a completely made up on my own beginner calisthenics workout, full body. I'm going to be going light on the chest only because my chest is still pretty dang sore. So I have this set up. We're going to be going from essentially like toes up. So we'll start with the legs, work all the way to shoulders, ending on shoulders each time. I have 2 moves in here. I think we'll hit each move twice, and that'll be our full thing. So we'll hit move 1 all the way through the body, move 2 all the way through the body, back to move 1 all the way through the body, move 2 all the way through the body. So 4 sets, but 2 different moves. You'll see it when it comes together. Let's get after it. I'm excited. Hopefully this helps some of you guys for alternative to work out with very limited equipment, for 1, and 2, being able to work out at home. So good way if you don't have time to get out, or if it's snowy or whatever, you know, winter's right around the corner. So if it's too snowy, you don't want to get out into that, you'd rather just work out at home. Hopefully this is the way to do it. Starting with a fairly straightforward move, a move that everybody knows. The only thing that I'm trying here to bring it up just a notch, add in a bit of movement so you can add in a touch of explosivity. So all we're doing is a side to side squat. So you take the initial squat here, and if you're not ready for a full jump, a step over and then into the squat again, and then back, and just popping up and getting that in there. We're gonna go 20 reps here. And if you're just starting out in calisthenics, or you're just, you know, trying to figure out something you can do at home, and this is a touch too high, a little too advanced for the time being, you can always do box squats with anything like the couch or anything similar, where you're just touching down right here. You can even sit for just half a second and then pop back up out. Or even just taking the portion and starting here, pushing off, standing up to build that initial strength necessary to pop out into those squats. Perfect place to start. Now we're gonna move up from legs to the abs, and we're just gonna be going leg lifts. You start out very simply with this and just raise to here. As soon as you're a little more advanced, the next step, of course, is to really bring these in and really start feeling the crunch of this move. And that's why I enjoy this laying down variation, because I can feel that crunching variation extremely well. And I don't know, there's just something about the feeling, the stimulus I get from this, crazy intense on the abs. I'll show you what I mean.
Now this move is primarily focused on the lower abs, a weak point for just about everybody. All right, legs complete, abs complete. Let's move to the chest now. I'm just gonna be doing incline push-ups. In this, I mean, if you're advanced enough, get to your push-ups. If you're not quite there, on the knees. If not, any variation where you're bringing yourself higher and higher makes it easier and easier, more approachable to start with. So I'm gonna be starting just right here, because I'm telling you, chest is sore. Okay, let's go get a few of these out. And don't be afraid to, raise it up even higher here. This is much higher, but it adds that bit of ease to get you ready into the movement. And I like focusing and really getting in, making sure that I'm getting that nice depth and then the power as I press out. And those are the building blocks you need to continue to stack on top of each other, get to the point where you can do push-ups. And then we have a whole other road we can go down that makes push-ups even harder. On to the next. Moving on to back. Now, of course, everybody wants to build into being able to do full pull-ups, but that takes a lot of time to build. One of my favorite moves that I've really been enjoying is called the jackknife pull-up, a variation where you lay your feet out in front. Sometimes you can put them even down like this and almost get into a squat. Now, luckily, I have these straps that are meant for putting yourself in and getting support for you to do ab work. But if you don't have something similar to this, I think even getting like a towel or something like that, hanging it over both sides and then gripping onto that, or if you don't have a pull-up bar, I think your next best alternative is if you have 2 sturdy chairs, then finding a broomstick. Always grab near the ends, near the chairs, so you're not putting weight in the middle and snapping it. You have a little bit of resistance that you can work with. But okay, I digress. Hopefully you have something like this, something similar. I think the pull-up bar is like 20 bucks, and I think like the straps are like 20 bucks as well, so hopefully that doesn't break the bank too bad. It's always about getting things slowly and adding them in. So almost like you're sitting down right here, you want to get nice and under so your arms are straight up. Put the feet out, and then it's like a pull-up, so you're keeping that weight back, but you're helping yourself come up into the move. Moving your feet in closer will make it easier for you. And of course, you can use some leg activation to help yourself up, making it more and more difficult, putting the feet out farther, lifting one leg up. This one's always hard to get an angle on, so hopefully this helps. So we've hit legs, abs, chest, back. Now we're gonna hit the arms, starting with biceps, triceps, finishing with shoulders. This is the bodyweight curl. It's a pretty tough move, I'm not gonna lie. The thing that helps with this is changing your body angle to help you assist yourself with this. And remember, this is something that I have to remind myself of constantly, is that you're curling. So you are curling. You're not pulling in like a row here. You're curling. So you really have to think about that motion, visualize it, and feel it as you're moving through it, because this is something that I mess up frequently if I'm not giving the thought to this. So giving the thought, thinking about this consciously, the higher up you are to being upright, the easier this move will be. Curling into here, see how I don't have to go all the way to here? It's okay that the scaps aren't being pulled back here. All right, I'm gonna take a small step out to get a little bit extra. And you really will feel it in the biceps if you're doing it correctly, and it really gets them going. On the tries, let's go. I did a decently poor job of explaining this, but if any of these moves, you're watching through this, and any of these moves are too tough, you can absolutely bring weights into this and do the weighted version instead. If you happen to have dumbbells or some plates or anything like that, you'll see like body weight curls. Just curls, they'll get you going. There's no reason why you have to try and attempt this, or if you don't have the equipment necessary, like we're not trying to get too much equipment going here. So throughout the workout, you'll see me explaining like easier variations of it, but not explaining if you don't happen to have the equipment or things like that. And that's something I should have definitely done, but hopefully this will help for the most part. The biggest examples of this that I could think of are the biceps and the back are the two where you can definitely utilize weights if you don't have like the pull-up bar or whatever it might be. So for rows, of course, you could grab a dumbbell if you have it and curl up, and if not, hopefully some of the variations I show you will help you be able to still obtain it and still be able to do it. For curls, of course, curls, or if you have bands, resistance bands, whatever they might be, you can absolutely curl with bands. There's no reason why you can't sub that in for a portion of this, you know what I mean? So absolutely feel free to do that. Don't let that derail you from like getting into this and giving things a try. All right, on the triceps. For triceps, one of my absolute favorites. I'm a sucker for this one. I love how it feels. Makes it harder and harder. Just bench dips. And for easier variations, moving the feet in. So you can start out with this. Feet fully out. If that's too easy, lift the foot up. I like to focus on trying to get that depth. To make it easier, bringing a foot in. Making it even easier, both feet in. And if that's too tough, really getting your feet kind of under you and barely sitting back into this. All right, finally, ending with shoulders. We're gonna be hitting some pike push-ups. Pike push-ups, pretty dang tough. I had to start with the incline variation. I'll show you guys that for sure. But you can definitely build to this, and it has become quickly one of my favorite moves for shoulders just because it really gets them screaming. And if those are too advanced, the incline variation, the most important thing that helped me really feel these and helped me build to being able to do pike push-ups, keeping the legs stacked under, getting on those tiptoes, so you're still kind of in that pike positioning. This feels very similar, and then you're just gonna lean over whatever it is, the couch, the ledge, whatever, and go past, and then push up and out. Oh. Ooh. And those are absolutely tough enough on their own, I promise. Whew. Round one complete. Let's see what we're at. Whew. About to round in at 21 minutes and just 3 seconds. 100 calories. Not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna pick up the pace on this second round of second moves. I'll try and work through them, giving enough explanation and everything. But I'm gonna try and really speed this up, so not only do I reduce the time of this workout to show you guys it's possible to do this in like 45 minutes, 40 minutes probably, or less. And to keep my heart rate up as well and just burn some extra calories here, but 100 calories already. Heck yeah, I gotta admit, shoulders are freaking feeling it, guys. Hopefully that doesn't catch up to us in the middle of this. All right, on to the next round of moves, round two. Let's get after it, starting with legs again. All right, this is definitely a tougher move. I'll show you guys the easier versions of this. But this is the box step down. This helps build up the vastus medialis, the teardrop muscle of the leg. This is extremely good, especially for those of us overweight. Maybe we have some knee issues. This muscle actually helps you stabilize and protect the knee. So this is a fantastic move. You can build up to this. I'm just showing you where I'm at. And I started all the way at the beginning. I'm not even kidding. I started at the easiest version, which I will show you. Biggest thing here, focusing on keeping kind of that flatness on the foot that is on the ground and then up and through. You can use your foot to stabilize, use your arms to stabilize. If you have something next to you on the easier versions, this may help. But then you're just stepping straight on down, nice soft touch, and pressing back out. Now for slowly creating versions of this that are a little more approachable compared to building up to that, you can start, of course, if you have steps or like stairs in your house, perfect. Just go on one of the steps. Lower the box height, whatever you have. If you have something sturdy, this is the only thing I can think of right now that I have that's really small, sturdy. If you have a few weight plates, grab those guys. So obviously not something this small because then you gotta balance too. And then just touching down nice and soft, you can lean into it just a touch to get yourself feeling like you're lower, and then push it back out. But even less than that, more approachable, is just on the ground here. Put one leg forward, the other leg back, and then leaning into this, touching the heel down and back up. And this is all in the hopes of us building one day to being able to pistol squat And I by no means am even close to that. This is a good place to start. Nice touchdown right there. Lift back up out. Touch. Back up out. Oh, those are definitely tough. That is where I started. You pump a few of those out. Very tough. If you're getting close to the point and you're just having issues lifting yourself down into it, I think there's absolutely a case and a point and a benefit to starting here, giving yourself just a touch of a push off, and then pushing up and through with your leg and focusing less on the negative here. So a soft step down, really, really soft push off. If you can focus on keeping that foot planted on the ground flat and then pushing up out of it, will definitely force more stimulus into that leg. Legs are done. Let's go. All right, legs complete. Moving on to abs. I like this version where I'm sitting on the edge of something. It could be a chair, it could be whatever. There's multiple ways you could do this. You could do it just focusing on the legs, bringing them out, and then in. It's somewhat of a jackknife setup. The other way you could do this is actually laying back. I like really, really getting on the edge here, like where I'm barely on here, honestly, and then laying back and doing the full move coming together. Alternatively, if you don't enjoy this or you don't have a seat where you have enough space, you can do this on the ground. But I do think it is easier, more approachable for you to build up slowly to where you can get the legs in first, hanging off here, and then build in to bringing the full body into it, into that crunch. This is another really good move where you feel that full freaking crunch where you curl up on yourself. Really feel it. Insane for the abs. All right, abs complete. We're actually gonna be moving, not to just chest, but chest and tris on this one. We're gonna be doing close grip and or diamond if you're able to. Incline push-ups. Much harder on the ground. If you can't find something that's the right incline for yourself, doing them off the knees as well. For instance, it is crazy how difficult those are. But for me, I'm gonna be doing some close grip, incline push-ups. Let's get after it. Quick little tip. If you want more focus on chest specifically, anytime you widen out the grip, whether that be for push-ups, bench, anything, widening out the grip, a lot more emphasis on the chest, closer to the grip, more emphasis on the tris. All right, going back into the back. This goes into what we were talking about previously. Very similar to the jackknife push-up. Instead, now we are doing the inverted row. Same idea here though, anytime you're hanging kind of semi-horizontally, if you bring your feet in closer to standing up, easier it gets, farther out, harder it gets. Lift one up, make it even harder. I'm really trying to get these as horizontal as possible for myself personally. I had to start definitely leaning though. Alright, I was trying to find a good angle for this. It's really hard to film. What I'm thinking for biceps now, do some chin up negatives. Just trying to give like 3 to 5 seconds on those negatives. Really forcing yourself to hold yourself in that static position, slowly lowering. Alternatively, making these just a touch easier, just doing static holds. They don't even need to be at a full 90 or above. You could just go into that slight pull and just hold those. As long as you can, you can time yourself, trying to beat yourself every time. making this even more approachable, if you do have the bands or anything similar to that, maybe just putting the tiptoes down behind you like this and lifting the rest of yourself off to give yourself a touch of support, but still holding yourself in that static position. And yeah, this is plenty tough. All right, last but not least, finish up our shoulders. Round 2 done. After that, we're gonna be doing some static plank hold here, but we're gonna add in shoulder taps, touching up here, back down, touch, back down. Shifting your weight side to side like that really puts a lot of tension on the shoulder, holding yourself in this position. I think you could even make enough of a case to do something similar to a pike hold if you're unable to do this, and just kind of going like this, holding yourself in that position. Plenty tough. If you can't do the full tap, I think at the very least lifting up and back down, plenty tough. We'll slowly tire out those shoulders. Let's get into it. And of course, if that shoulder work is too tough, you can always opt for raises or body weight laterals, just leaning up against the wall, really focusing on keeping contact right here, pushing out and away. 2 rounds down, 2 rounds to go. What are we at so far? 45 minutes. 250 calories, 255 calories. Remember, this is with me moving the camera around, making sure I'm getting like a decent enough shot so you guys can see what I'm kind of doing. So I imagine if you were to just focus in, really hit this, get after it, I think you get this in half the time probably. Or at least get this first half done in 30 minutes easily. I think if I was to go back to back to back to back, I could really push this out pretty quick. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna opt out of recording the second half. We'll remember the time, add on the rest, see how long it would actually take. I'm telling you, I think you can make each half 20 minutes, finish in like 40, 45 minutes. And get a substantial calorie burn in. But regardless, I'm gonna get after it, hit the second round. I will meet you guys back right here to tell you just how crazy it went. Let's go. Another round done. Much harder, intensity is way up. Ooh. Workout complete. So yeah, you can definitely bump up the intensity. 19 minutes, 138 calories. So I think 40 minutes is absolutely doable. Definitely like a million times tougher. You might be able to throw in 3 rounds of that. I think you could. I think I might next time. But yeah, for my beginners out there, if you do end up trying this out, let me know how it went. Let me know what's too tough still, and I will we'll find something, you know, because everyone's got to start somewhere, man. Doing this at the beginning, back in January when I started this whole journey, no friggin' way, man. I couldn't do half of these things. If you watch my beginning of my calisthenics, I didn't even think I could do half of this to begin with. And then you end up like kind of getting into it, building up to it, and you surprise yourself. And it's really cool because all these moves are extremely hard for anybody, you know what I mean? And the amount that you can expand on calisthenics, like we are just getting started and it's already tough. So there's a lot more on the horizon. So I hope you guys try it out. Let's check total calories for the day. Oh, let's go. I didn't think we were over 1,000 yet. 1,055 calories. Perfect. Looking good, baby, looking good. So yeah, I'm just gonna chow down. See what's for dinner. I'm not sure what's for dinner. We gotta figure it out. For now, I'm gonna go shower and then relax and catch some football and sleep. Catch you guys in a little bit.
Dinner time, you know, we went above and beyond yet again. This is honey garlic chicken, and we made some fried rice to go along with it. The sauce for the chicken, all you're gonna need is some soy sauce, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of rice vinegar, and some honey and some garlic. Toss them in some cornstarch to get them extra crispy, and then you can air fry and you're good to go. And rice, this is easy. I mean, you're just tossing veggies and some rice and you're set to go. Going with 150 grams of rice to get refueled on our carbs from the day. And for the chicken, we are stacking on getting our protein nice and high. Going with 500 grams of the delicious chicken, and hey, I'm not complaining. All said and done, we are looking at 943 calories, 127 protein, 20 fat, and 80 carb. I'll catch you in the next one. Look better, feel better, be better.